Playing with a beautiful vibrato is more than just a question of whether to use it or not. Classical flutists are expected to use vibrato to shape phrases, build momentum in the music, and color the sound the same way that vocalists and string players do. Vibrato is a highly artistic skill. This means there are infinite variations or implementations that a player could choose to use depending on how they want to interpret the music. Generally speaking, the more intense the vibrato, the more intensity you're adding to the music. The wider and faster the vibrato is, the more intense it is. Here, we're going to go over some specific examples so that we can start to understand all the different ways we might use vibrato to bring the music to life. Let's take this simple melody as an example. If I play the whole thing with consistent, fast vibrato, it sounds like this. To me, this creates too much constant intensity, and as a listener, I would begin to tune this out. Instead, if I play with very little vibrato, it sounds like this. For me, the second version just doesn't speak. The energy is lackluster and it does nothing to draw me in. As a listener, I would tune this out too because it's too boring. Now, if instead I choose to use my vibrato to increase energy as I move towards this downbeat, and pull back the intensity as the phrase resolves, the music starts to speak more clearly and draw the listener in. Vibrato can be used to help us create a color in the sound. This is especially effective when we use a narrow vibrato that creates a shimmery effect in the tone. First, I'll play the opening measures of this example with a straight tone, adding vibrato to lead to the downbeat of the fourth bar. Now we'll play with the same shape, but I'll also add a subtle shimmer of vibrato to the opening descending half notes to add depth of color. This shimmer not only adds depth to the soft color I use for these notes, for me, it also creates a sense of life in the tone that is able to capture the essence of this music more fully. We can also use vibrato to create inflection in the notes themselves. Here, I want the opening three notes of this rondo to really lead towards the second downbeat. I could easily just play each note progressively louder without using any vibrato to create this shape. However, if I play just as I did, but also lift the ends of the notes with a quick shimmer of vibrato, the notes inflect upwards, adding a more complex and refined forward momentum. Vibrato can help us move energy forward through fast-moving notes in the same way we use it to add energy to lyrical lines. In this example, I really want to have an exciting sense of arrival on the key change that happens here at the B flat. If I create this sense of arrival by playing the run to the B flat with a straight tone, adding vibrato on the downbeat itself, it sounds like this. What would happen if I added vibrato to the run? I do this by adding the vibrato to the airstream as I play the moving notes of the scale as well as on the B flat. Now to really highlight the difference, here are the two versions again, side by side. If you found this video helpful, you would find our Fundamentally Flute community even more helpful. Not only do you get access to awesome videos like this one, there's an actual community there, so when you get stuck, you can ask questions. We also do live calls, so you might even get the opportunity to work with one of us one-to-one. It's totally free to join, and the link is down in the description.